Hello, everyone. It's Sunday, May 10th, 26. That might be the last time you hear the date on the video, unless it's directly tied to an event. I don't know yet. Before I get too far into the events of the past week, I'm going to say something you guys already know. My life is boring as hell. It is. What do? I go to work. I go to host trivia. Come home, play some games, and do football scores, and sleep. And I pet the kitty. And take care of the kitty and all that. And do all the adulting shit that, you're supposed to not have to you're not supposed to feel the need to celebrate that you do all the adulting shit, but you celebrate it anyway because we need a fucking reason to celebrate, maybe. I don't know. And I'm putting out every week 30, 45, 60-minute videos of a couple of clips that happen throughout the week. Usually while I'm doing something like cooking, like I'm doing right now. And if my life were a little more easy, or a little more interesting, not easy, it might be interesting. It might be even fun to watch. But I have to imagine that some of these videos can get a little grating. I know they're hard to edit, to the point where I just basically put the clips together and do minimal to zero editing. More often than not, it's zero. So, here's what I'm going to do. I've seen Steven do this. I've seen Funk do this. Sergeant Dr. Funk or Sergeant Funk, whatever. So they're just going to get on and talk about stuff every now and again. And Steven will share some things that have happened. And he also has his Patreon where he shares stuff with us. I need to make more soda tonight. In addition to flipping and mashing. But yeah, I think what's going to end up happening for me regarding this vlog is, I think weekly vlogs are done. I'll pop on every now and again to give some updates. Obviously, you guys want to know more about the job. The potential job, that is. Will that work? Hopefully that works. That looks like it works. Of which, by the way, I've heard nothing. The job officially got posted on May 1st. I did reapply. And talk about, like, if a con happens, you're going to see videos about that. And those are going to be long. I'm going to say that right now. Con videos, unless I feel a really good, like I got a good amount of clips on one day or another, I think cons are going to be all one whole thing. That way you don't get the whole next time on Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah, that is my decision. And who knows, if life gets interesting again, I may start posting a lot more often. But at least for right now, while I'm still dealing with debt management plan and dealing with trying to figure out what the job wants me to do, and if I'm even the guy to lead the team moving forward, I think it's smart for me to lay low for a minute. Now, in place of that, one thing I do want to do is get back into a little bit of content creation. I promised when this channel started back in 2017, how has this channel been on for 9 years? It will be 9 years on June, I think officially the 2nd, but I posted on the 1st probably. 9 years since my first episode of Sonic Adventure DX came out. Which, I can't watch that. I don't recommend you do it either. It's poorly mixed, poorly edited. Like, I almost want to go back and do SA1 again to go, hey, this is what I did. I can do this better, I promise. My focus was honestly on the music, on a lot of the thing. I think the biggest mistake when I started was starting with Sonic Adventure. I should have started writing with Zelda. But one of the problems I had with starting with Zelda was that at the time, my plan was do all of the Zeldas in timeline order, which means starting with Skyward Sword. Right at that point in time, Chugga was doing his Skyward Sword LP. I can't just jump all over someone's shit like that. Plus, no one's gonna fucking watch me. So I chose Sonic Adventure. And people can watch me for a different reason. I guess I can say that now. But yeah, I have a whole Metroid Dread Let's Play in the can, ready to go. Like, I can start releasing, well, we just need to do a quick edit. But I can start releasing that, like, tomorrow. And by tomorrow, of course, I mean Monday the 11th. But I'm probably going to not do that because, well, I want this to come out. And yes, you're not mistaken, this is the only clip of the week. I just chose to spend time with people. I chose to spend time with friends online even. I had 2 shows. I was having some depressive moments about, God, dating in your 40s fucking sucks. And it's even worse when you're doing it online. Oh, y'all, online dating fucking blows. I need to stir this to calm shit down. Get nice and cool. But yeah, I just focused on... I focused on relaxing this week. I shouldn't say relaxing. I didn't really relax all that week. Like, okay, remember on... It was last Friday, the 1st. I talked about I got all this do-it energy. Yeah, I got a lot of that. It carried on into Monday. I cleaned the office. All the extra shit in the office, gone. Like, you might even be able to have someone else, I don't know, have an office in there. I'm talking about, like, the general sales office, not my personal office. That got cleaned up. I went to our wonderful friends at Mad City Techs. Had them recycle some shit. Thanks to them. What was actually really cool about that was I got a... the guy who owns Mad City Techs, he has this basically like graveyard in there. Bunch of old computers. And the one that was kind of his baby was old Compaq 386. It is, for all intents and purposes, the first commercial laptop. And oh boy, it's got stats, man. Tiny ass screen. Oh, the tiniest ass screen you've ever seen. A whopping, massively speedy 1 megabyte of RAM. And it had oh, you could upgrade it to 3.7, 3 point something megs. Again, megs. A 40 megabyte hard drive. This was the late 80s when this came out, by the way. Just putting that out there. The late 80s. 1987 or 88. So with all these stats, as much as that runs, how much in 1988 or 87 or whenever the hell it came out would you spend on that computer? The price he had listed next to it, strictly for museum-like purposes, was $6,000. $59.99. $6 grand. Let's compare that. Oh, and that's, by the way, not with inflation. That is not an inflated price. That is MSRP in 1980 something, late 1980 something. My computer, which has 64 gigs of RAM, I think. I want to say it has a 4 terabyte hard drive. It's got a like a 1 or 2 gig SSD as well. A NVIDIA or a GeForce 3090, RTX 3090. I think it's 3090. It's 30 something. And a lot of RGB in it. A lot of nice, pretty lights in it. That cost less than that computer. Less. And I thought I was making a huge purchase. I mean, I was. But, yeah. So, what was really cool was next to that, he had a bunch of, like, floppy disks. 3.5 hard floppy disks. And the very first one was a Windows 98 boot disk. It would scan and would do some shit. But it was for Windows 98. It was to boot Windows 98. What was more important was that was Pat's Windows 98 boot disk. Pat was my grandfather. My mother's father. He did a lot with photography back in the 60s and 70s. He worked a lot with printing. He got to work with the big camera at a print shop down here in Madison. And then when that kind of fell through, when that company closed, got swallowed up by the company my dad was working for at the time, he turned to computers, which he's the reason I know computers at all. Where'd my salt go? Where'd my fucking salt go? Salt. That's gonna be salty as hell. So that was cool. And he's like, "This is yours now." I'm like, "Oh, cool." It sits in my office. I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do with it. The little metal shutter on that's supposed to be on there to protect the magnetic surface. That's gone. I have no idea where that is. And it probably was gone many years ago. My grandfather passed in 2015. It was actually Christmas Day. And I'll say it, aside from outside of it was the first dead body outside of a funeral home I've ever seen. We were doing, we were going around giving cookies to local hospitality establishments because I had to work that day, and we were like, well, what if we went and made some cookies and made some stuff for the people who have to work today? My parents were awesome, by the way. You guys had to figure that out. My parents were fucking awesome. I miss them. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. First time I really thought about it. And I remember when we got home, it was like 5:30 at night. Mom was like, I've been trying to get a hold of your grandfather all day just to wish him Merry Christmas. And then, you know, that's fine. And his wife, my grandmother, my grum, passed in 2008. Complications from smoking all those years and having I think she had a double lung transplant. Those only last so long, and I remember they gave her an option of do it again, and give you a couple more lungs, or and we'll have to see you again in another couple of years, or like another 5 or 6 years, or we do palliative care and that's it. She was tired. She was done. She was 62. Grandfather made it to 70. When Mom called him when we got home and there was no answer, she's like, I have to go over there. I said, I'll go with you, because I knew it was going to happen. And we called. We got there and, yeah, in his sleep, watching Netflix. So, that was my grandfather. I hate there's a lot of death on this channel, but it's kind of what started the vlog, was my father's death, my mother's death, and dealing with all that. And I'm sure I'll be inconsolable when this one down here passes. There's a kitty down here, nomming on her soft food, on her wet food. So, anyway, did that. That was Monday. Tuesday wasn't a whole lot. I got a text on Monday, or I got a message on Monday from Brendan. It's like, hey, what's a free answer for the Star Wars show this week? Fuck, I forgot I was writing that. Even though he already paid me for the set. So, figured something out. Michael Giacchino, by the way, was the free answer. The question was, the first composer to write a score for a full-length Star Wars movie, for a full-length theatrically released Star Wars movie, not named John Williams. It was Michael Giacchino, who, God, he writes some good stuff. Oh my God, he writes some good stuff. To keep the sauce from burning. Wednesday was that show. That was a good show, actually. It was a lot of fun. I love hosting Starkweather. I love hosting at Starkweather. They're good people. They're great people. And, you know, if I was told I have to host that show, oh, damn, I have to host Starkweather. And they'll look at me and go, oh, damn, we love having you. They tell me that every time. Thursday's show was light. We only had 16 teams. There was a 17th that showed up at about 7:25. 7:20, 7:25. They're like, can you sign up? I'm just starting round 2. I'm like, yeah, but just so you know, we start at 7, and if you show up late, I can't guarantee that you're going to be able to get in. I can sign you up now, though. And they half played. And when I say half played, I don't mean they went to they made it to halftime and left, which they also did that. But they also did they also answered like half the questions. And I stopped waiting around. They weren't even turning any answers. I'm not waiting around for you. I hate to say it. These people, there's a lot of people here who come here to play trivia. If you're not here to play trivia and you're going to leave in the middle of it, I almost want to say, don't sign up. Follow along. Feel free to. That's a lot more fun. Answer at your own table and follow along. And Friday was a long day. I got caught up on Friday. It's a constant struggle of trying to work ahead and getting caught up, and working ahead and getting caught up. Well, this is getting caught up. So I got caught up on Friday. And I stayed super late. I was there till after 11. Until almost midnight, actually. So I got to talk to Audit a little bit. And I was there. I was also there just in case we needed an extra driver on Friday. Because graduation weekend. And it turns out we did not need that. Which is fine. It's fine. Now, more than likely what happened was they did need that, and they could have called me, but they chose not to. So, I mean, the job got done. Saturday we played Bald, another session of Bald. You know, I'm not a huge RPG guy, but I'll say Bald's a good game. Would I probably play it on my own? No. But with friends and doing some fun shit like that, yeah, I probably would. But on my own is probably a no. And today, let's talk Brewers for a second. Because might as well. I mean, it's my vlog. Talk about what the fuck I want. Brewers have gotten a couple of their big bats back, which is good. Just time for them to have a series of the Yankees this weekend. And that is a big deal. Why is that a big deal? Because Yankees are good. They're not the greatest team in the AL, but they're good. And the last time they came to American Family Field, oh, they bumped the piss out of us. Did I get water on myself? Of course I did. That's how this works. Alright, there's that. Everyone top shelf. Butter. Get some degree of butter in this. This. On Friday, Brewers had Mizorowski take the mound, and hot damn, that kid can fucking pitch. Each of the top 5 pitches in terms of velocity in MLB history happened in one inning on Friday by one pitcher. Mizorowski had double-digit number of pitches topping 100 miles an hour. It was incredible to at least read about. I didn't watch it. Saturday, the Yankees scored a few more runs. We actually had to go to extras to solve it, or to solve it, to settle things. First walk-off of the year was a sac fly by Contreras. It was great. Then we get to today. Brewers got down. I think it was 2-0, 2-0. Then we tied it up 2-2, 3-3 going to the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, nobody on. Bryce Terang with the pink bat, as is a Mother's Day staple in Major League Baseball. I don't think it's just a Brewers thing. Off. And Bryce Terang sends one to deep, we'll say left center field. Right over former Brewer Trent Grisham's face as he watched it fly out. Bryce Terang wears the number 2. And with that swing, the Brewers were number 1 in that game. Now, I mention all that because 20 years ago, a Milwaukee Brewer by the name of Bill Hall got up to bat with nobody on. I don't remember the exact situation. With the pink bat. I think it was the first time anyone actually had the pink bat. And he launched one out. Bill Hall wears the number 2. At least he did. That was 2006, 20 years ago. And hot damn, we weren't good back then. 2006, we were Midland to okay. It was definitely not the same as the late 90s where we were shitty ass. How come they're getting a new stadium when they're playing like ass? So, the other important thing about today's win, and the 2 wins that came before it, was the first time this century that the Brewers swept the Yankees. Now, that's not as big a deal because we're in different leagues, and interleague play really didn't become a thing. I mean, interleague play was happening back then, but we weren't playing every team every year. Now we are. We play all 29 other teams each year. Can't say 30. You can't play yourself. Want more cheese on that? I think I do. Do I have more cheese? I do. I do. So, is that good? Yes, it's 100% great. As big a deal as it was, like, maybe, say, 30 years ago when we were in the American League? Maybe not. But regardless, a feat nonetheless. Our opposing, or our probably toughest competition in the division thus far, both those teams lost today. Cubs have been on a tear. I gotta give it up to them. I hate the Cubs. I'm gonna say it. I hate the Cubs. I'm sorry. But you cannot look at what they've been doing and go, damn. Tip your hat to them. It is May 10th. We've already had 2 10-plus game winning streaks. Now, is it because they're playing poor teams? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I cannot answer that question. Do I hope that's the case? Yes, of course. Absolutely. Do I want them to exact their revenge on the playoff loss in from last year? No, I do not. But I am going to at least tip my cap to them and go, yeah, that's a hell of a job. Just like I would at least hope they would look at what the Brewers did in the middle of the year last year and go, fuck, hell of a job, man. We're not supposed to be here, by the way. We're not supposed to be contending. We're supposed to be constantly rebuilding and constantly rebuilding. Stop that. And we're not. But it is May 10th. October is a long way away. So anyway, I've already talked for about 30 minutes. We'll see you guys whenever I decide to post something again. Look for hopefully more gaming and more music content in the coming weeks, months, years of the channel, because I do want to get back into that. And you want to make sure you don't miss any updates. Hit the button down there. You know what to do. I don't need to tell you what to do, just do it. Because everyone else tells you what to do. It's like, you have a call to action though, they'll subscribe more. Every single YouTube channel out there has a call to action to like and subscribe. And then they bitch about how many people are not subscribed to the channel every single fucking video. That pisses me off, actually. Like, I get it. I get that it's your business. This is not my business. This is my dinner. And my lunch for the rest of the week. As you can see, I'm plopping food in here. I also have laundry going. Because I decided at 10:30 at night, yeah, I'm going to do laundry. Actually, I decided at about 9:30. Not going to lie. Decided at about 9:30. And then played some, sat in my bed and played a game on my phone. Have you got games on your phone? Yes, I do. And they are they're fucking death of me. Yeah. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And be good to each other. I'm not signing off. I'm acting like I'm signing off. I just want people to be good to each other. Because what's happening now in the world, I don't want to get into it, but I hate it. I fucking hate it. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. And, yeah. See you in the next one. Take care, everyone.